Fear is not the enemy. It never was. What most people call fear is actually misunderstood energy. Energy that hasn't been integrated yet. In this video, I'm going to show you how fear actually works, why resisting it makes it stronger, and how to transmute it into clarity, presence, and power. Not through motivation, not through suppression, but through understanding. This is emotional alchemy. Fear feels powerful because it's raw life energy moving through the nervous system. Before fear becomes anxiety, before it becomes panic, before it becomes avoidance. It starts as information. Fear is the body's way of saying, something here matters. But modern conditioning teaches us two incorrect responses. Either suppress fear or let fear control us. Both are forms of mismanagement. When you suppress fear, the energy has nowhere to go, so it turns inward and becomes tension, numbness, or chronic anxiety. When you identify with fear, the energy runs unchecked and becomes panic, impulsive behavior, or paralysis. Neither is mastery. Fear itself is neutral. What makes fear painful is the story attached to it. The mind immediately interprets fear as something is wrong. I can't handle this. This means danger. But fear does not mean danger. Fear means uncertainty combined with importance. Anytime you're about to grow, anytime you're about to step beyond a familiar identity, anytime your sense of control is challenged, fear appears. Not to stop you, but to signal a threshold. Fear marks the edge between who you've been and who you're becoming. Alchemy means transformation, not elimination. You don't destroy fear, you refine it. Here's how emotional alchemy actually works. Step 1. Remove resistance. The moment fear arises, stop trying to get rid of it. Say internally, this sensation is allowed. Resistance is what turns fear into suffering. Step 2. Bring awareness to the body. Fear is physical before it's mental. Tightness, heat, pressure, movement. Stay with the sensation without naming it good or bad. Awareness stabilizes energy. Step 3. Separate sensation from story. Fear says nothing on its own. The mind adds meaning. When you drop the narrative, what's left is pure intensity, and intensity is power. This is the moment where fear shifts into presence. That same energy that was shaking you can sharpen focus. That same energy that caused anxiety can fuel action. This is why people feel most alive when facing something meaningful. Fear, refined, becomes clarity, alertness, determination, and courage. Not because fear disappeared, but because it was understood. Most people are taught emotional control, not emotional intelligence. They're taught to stay calm, be positive, push through discomfort. But suppression is not mastery. True mastery is relationship. When you stop fighting fear, fear stops fighting you. And when fear no longer controls your attention, it becomes a tool, not a threat. This is why highly effective people aren't fearless. They are fear literate. Next time fear appears, don't ask, how do I stop this? Ask, what is this energy asking me to notice? Then, stay present, stay embodied, stay curious. Fear dissolves when it's met with awareness, not force. Over time, your nervous system learns, I can handle intensity. That belief alone changes everything. Fear is not weakness, it's unused power. And power doesn't come from avoiding fear, it comes from meeting it consciously. When fear is understood, it sharpens you. When it's resisted, it fragments you. Emotional alchemy is not about becoming fearless, it's about becoming integrated. And integration is real strength. Sit with it, don't rush past it. Understanding takes time to settle into the body. When fear arises, our instinct is to resist. But in emotional alchemy, we choose to stay, to allow, and to breathe. The breath is our most powerful tool, bridging mind and body. By lengthening the exhale, we signal safety to our nervous system. This simple practice helps us soften fear and become the calm center in any storm. Fear, once a paralyzing force, can be transformed. Like carbon under pressure becoming a diamond, fear is observed, understood, and shaped. Its energy, once chaotic, is now harnessed, fueling determination and focus. The individual stands strong, no longer ruled by fear, but empowered by it. The predator is tamed, its strength now serving a new master. Beyond courage, another extraordinary tool is honed in the alchemical fire clarity. Fear, in its raw state, is a thick, disorienting fog. It distorts perception, magnifies threats, and obscures the path forward. It whispers terrible and unlikely futures into existence, making rational thought almost impossible. The world seen through the lens of raw fear is, well, a house of mirrors, where every reflection is a monster and every shadow conceals a threat. It is a state of profound and debilitating confusion, where the true nature of the situation is lost in a maelstrom of imagined horrors. But when the emotional charge of that fear is processed and transformed, the fog begins to lift. The frantic, buzzing energy gives way to a state of heightened, razor-sharp focus. The very same adrenaline that once caused panic now serves to narrow attention onto what is truly important. Distractions fall away. The mind, no longer consumed with fighting internal ghosts, is freed to assess the external reality with startling precision. It can now distinguish between a genuine threat and a perceived one, between a real obstacle and a shadow projected by the mind. This clarity allows for strategic thinking of the highest order. A chess master facing a complex and threatening board does not panic. They enter a state of deep concentration, using the pressure of the situation to see moves and possibilities invisible to a less focused mind. In the same way, the individual who has transmuted their fear can look at a daunting challenge, a difficult negotiation, a critical decision, a personal crisis, and see not a tangled mess of problems but a series of steps, a sequence of actions. The path forward, once invisible, is now illuminated. This is the gift of post-traumatic growth, a phenomenon observed across the natural world and within our own species. An ecosystem that survives a devastating fire often returns stronger, with new species and greater biodiversity. Similarly, an individual who navigates a profound fear emerges with a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. They gain a perspective that is unavailable to those who have never been tested. They see life with a new depth of field, appreciating the light more fully for having known the dark, and seeing the intricate web of cause and effect with an almost prophetic clarity. Perhaps the most surprising and profound outcome of this alchemical process is the cultivation of deep empathy. One who has never been truly lost in the wilderness of their own fear can only sympathize with another's terror from a safe distance. They can offer comfort, but they cannot truly understand the landscape of that dark place. They stand on the shore, shouting encouragement to the one drowning. It is a well-intentioned but ultimately separate position, unable to fully grasp the chilling depth of the water or the desperation of the struggle. However, the individual who has journeyed through their own fear and returned carries the memory of that landscape within them. When they encounter another person in the grip of anxiety or dread, they recognize the terrain. They see the same shadows, hear the same whispers, feel the same cold grip of panic. This recognition transcends mere sympathy. It is a deep, resonant empathy, a knowing. They can sit with another in their darkness, not to rescue them, but simply to be present, offering a silent understanding that says, "I have been here too. You are not alone." This shared experience becomes a bridge. The transformed fear, once a source of isolation, is now the very foundation for connection. It allows for a level of communication that words alone cannot achieve. It is a vulnerability that has become a strength, enabling one to hold space for another's pain without being overwhelmed by it. They have learned that the monsters in the dark are less terrifying when faced together. This ability to connect on such a fundamental human level is a form of power far more influential than any form of dominance or control. Ultimately, this empathy ripples outward, fostering a more compassionate and resilient community. The leader who has conquered their fear of failure is more understanding of their team's mistakes. The parent who has faced their own anxieties is more patient with their child's fears. The friend who has known despair can offer a more profound solace. By transforming our own fear, we do not just strengthen ourselves, we contribute to a collective reservoir of understanding and compassion. We become healers, not because we have magical remedies, but because we bear the scars that prove survival is possible. Thank you for watching Holytrillionz. Support the channel, hit the link in the bio. If this resonates, hit like and subscribe.